Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.
Here we go. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right, man. Well, yo, appreciate you for coming on with me, man. I know this is it's pretty late over there where you're. I couldn't really match the times very well, but
no, it's cool. It's not too
I'm pretty glad to see that we were able to do this, man. So thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Now, before I even started this live, I was watching your video, Empty, and that's really my favorite video right there, right now, out of any artist right now. I must be honest, like that's really my favorite video because honestly, it's like a love horror story, man. That's what it seems like to me, man. And I love horror films. I love horror, anything horror. So the vibe that you get from it is real, scary movie. Like, so, I want to hear, like, how did you come up with this concept?
Well, it's the same for me, really. Like, I always loved the horror films and stuff. So I've always had that idea of incorporating it into the videos anyway. And I don't know, for most things I make when I'm making music, I sort of have like the vision in my head already. So, as I made Empty, it sort of, I knew how I wanted it structured, how I'd like play off the song in the video sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So I've always just always had that way of showing my songs basically.
Okay, now the song itself, like, how'd you come up with the concept for the song? Because it's, like I said, it's a love song, but like I said, from the song itself, taking away from the video, it still seems real horror scary, like you're telling a story, you're trying to tell a story, but at the same time, it's drafting towards that, horror side. So how were you able to do that when you were coming up with the song? Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know. I tend to always make sort of dark, sad music. I can't make happy music. It's not what I've been. I don't know if that's from like the music I grew up listening to. I've always been in that vibe, like. And I started to listen to real heavy music. I was quite late into getting into like R&B sort of singy sort of stuff and that. So I think that sort of contrasts a bit. My dad always listened to like metal and stuff like that. So did my brother. So obviously I followed suit, and then I finally sort of found my own sort of, lane, went into different things, and I've always sort of tried to blend it together. Multiple genres sort of blend it together. But I think I don't know, I've got sort of quite a dark monotone voice anyway, sort of low. That it just fits the vibe, you know what I mean? So if I can, push that into the songs, so it makes sense, like it obviously has without the video, that's always a blessing, really.
Okay. Now, from my knowledge, that there's a part 2 to we shared. So
the
next
track.
Can you give us a little bit? What, like, is it still? What can we expect in the part 2? What can they expect?
So the song, you could see this song as being a part 2, or it's not. I'm kind of tempted to, as it's obviously going on at EP once I finally finish it, I'm sort of tempted to put the second track first, which may throw people off, but then at the same time, the video could be looked at 2 different point of views. But it basically, where Empty ends of me walking through the forest, this one just starts with me like at the end, like laying in a field, waking up. Is it a dream? Is it not? Then obviously the story continues and sort of thing. So I've already got like the next thing is pretty much getting planned out now, writing that down and getting ideas in my head. But I'm sort of going for like a trilogy with the videos.
Okay, now is it going to be still in that same type of format, like the part 2? Is it like, because like I said, when you look at part 1, you really think of I don't want to say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but like it's more like on a like I said, horror feel. Now, is it going to be drafting towards that same direction?
There's still the horror theme. So it's like it won't be. It's still a horror theme, 100%. It's still a horror theme, but it's just like like a different film, you know what I mean, sort of thing. They're all slowly based on like things I've seen and my favorite films and stuff like that. So but there's still that horror thing going on, sort of vibe. It's definitely, that will stay the way all the way through. It's still the next video like we're planning, that's definitely got the same vibes.
Wow.
So it should conclude like a story, hopefully.
Now, when you see visuals like this, and this not only is this a big visual, like you also have a part 2 to this visual now. Is there going to be like an album surrounding these songs?
Yeah, so I'm currently working.
Or...
Yeah, I'm currently working on an EP. So, which I've been working on for a while. To be fair, I'm just too picky. So yeah, it all come down to an EP, and then obviously the songs are released.
Okay. One thing I like to ask independent artists, I should have asked this in my last live interview when I was interviewing my last artist, but I'm gonna start it with you, okay? And on my podcast, I like to ask independent artists the same question too. When it comes to the type of music that you're trying to put out, and matter of fact, and putting out, what type of influence do you think that your music could have within the music industry?
Oh, I think there's definitely a market for it. The way I'm going, I don't think there is many sort of artists like me. I guess my music can relate to some, because obviously I'm influenced by a lot of different music, but I think it's different. It'll be I sort of want to look at it like it's a release for people. If people can relate to my songs, then great. It could be good source of therapy for people if they can sing their heart out to it, stuff like that. I'm just trying to originally sort of create my own sound sort of thing, come with my own thing. So it is a lot different. I've never really followed suit, you know what I mean? So obviously there's aspects of different bits in it. You've got trappy hi-hats, you've got real gritty metal tones into it, some real soundscape sounds. So yeah, it's hard. I sort of tend to make what comes to mind, and if I really, really like it and feel confident with it, then that's what's going to come out. So yeah, I think I'm trying to hopefully, push a sort of sound that is me.
Okay. But now, what type of style do you think that your music brings? You know what I'm saying? Like when you go into the studio, when you're writing a new song, do you look for that one style, or do you try to switch it up sometimes and try to get different type of styles out there, or do you think that you're comfortable with one style?
Yeah, no, I've always sort of produced different styles. I've always made different music, but I think it is getting towards more one style now. Haunt, that is coming out on the 24th. The video drops the 20th. Is similar to Empty, but also very different in the sense. Hear the song, they'll know it's different, but then it fits. So it has the same vibe, but yeah, I'd say it's completely different, really.
Yeah. Okay. And I feel like that, that's very important, because me, sometimes I'm an artist as well. So whenever I go into writing form, I always try to find that I always try to keep my bass, but also try to switch it up, you know what I'm saying? When, different times, but still have that same type of, rhythm going, and, try to just layer that on top, layer on top of, you know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like that's really important, you know what I mean? And that's, when I hear your music, it switches up at the same time, but that same bass, you can feel it, you know what I mean? That foundation, when it comes to your music, you can still feel it. And I love it, man. I became a fan, I
appreciate it.
I definitely can't wait to see part 2 of Empty, man. I'm really looking forward to really seeing that myself, because like I said, when I saw Empty, I was blown away, because you don't really see these type of visuals these days, and
exactly.
From an independent artist. It's always, you see this from a mainstream artist, or someone in that caliber, but when you're looking at an independent artist and you see these type of visuals, okay, they're not just stuck to one mindset. They want to switch it up, and they're different, and that's one thing that nobody really wants to be these days, is different, because everybody feels like, you're going to make it off this one type of style,
everyone thinks you've got to stay to a lane. Yeah, for real, 100%.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that
I applaud you on that, man. I applaud you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's to come next, man? I know we music on Spotify, but do you have any upcoming projects that you're soon to be dropping?
So yeah, I've got the EP to this, which hopefully will be out end of September, October, beginning of October, I'm aiming for. But obviously that's just what if I can get in the time to do it, which I should be able to. But yeah, apart from that, one more video to hopefully complete the trilogy of videos for this EP. So yeah, that's what I'm working on mainly at the moment. Get that done and out, and then yeah, we go from there basically. So
okay. Well, you know, I expect, you know, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hear it. You know, I definitely, like I said, I definitely want to appreciate you for, you know, taking the time to talk with me a little bit about, you know,
yeah,
upcoming projects and upcoming visuals. You know,
yeah.
I definitely want to get you on the podcast on Sunday. I know we have a couple of interviews on the podcast coming up this Sunday. I think next Sunday. So I want to try to get you on real soon so we can actually make this an official roundtable interview. You know, but I appreciate you for stopping for a couple of minutes to, you know, talk to me about your upcoming projects and recent projects. You know, and I really do appreciate that. And it's, and like I said, on tomorrow, we're going to continue to be playing your tracks on the podcast show. And so, you know, just continue to look out for that. And like I said, thank you so much, man.
No, anytime. Thank you. Thank you, honestly. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.